All right, welcome to the theEWpodcast. I'm your host, Eric White, and today I am joined by artist Hakim Callwood and Eric Max Ted Cadillac Rodriguez. How's it going, guys?
What's up? How you doing?
Doing good. I'm stoked to talk to you guys about this, the Mural project that you guys have been working on. I've been following it closely. You know, Max and I went to college together. I've never met you, Hakim, but I assume that you're a sick dude if you guys are doing this so closely. Yeah. But it's been cool to see you guys do this project, and I just love the vibe and energy you bring and what you're trying to do in these cities across the country and even outside of it. So, yeah, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, man.
You know, they call me the human charcuterie board. I'm like a medley of vibes.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Vibes and cheeses.
Is that your go-to, creating a good charcuterie board? Are you a charcuterie man?
Oh, I do love a good cooter board.
Well, let's just...
I go to restaurants and I'll be like, yeah, can I get the cooter? And after you say it so many times, they don't even think about it no more. They're like, all right, cool. So you want.
Word. Well, good start here. But yeah, let's just get started with it, man. What is Mural for people who are watching that aren't familiar with it? How do you go about explaining it to people for the first time, Hakim?
Well, Mural is us going from state to state, place to place, meeting new artists and making art. And so like we'll travel to we'll travel to Spain and we'll meet somebody there over the internet, and that's how we'll get the connection to go there. And then we get there, we hear their stories, we interview people, and we paint a mural.
We have not gone to Spain, but we could. Yeah, that's the vision.
It's not off the table.
We'll go to the moon. We'll go to fucking the past.
But all the stuff that we've done has been different. It's been different pretty much at each place. Like we went out to Los Angeles and it was a free wall just because the situation fell through there.
We went to Waverly, Tennessee, and it was like a jam where a bunch of people came out and painted.
So it's all been kind of different, but lately the past couple have been like people actually commissioning some type of mural.
Which is sweet because it costs so much money to do this.
Yeah. So you're now
we were paying out of pocket, and then we started making money, and so then we we might actually be in the green at this point. Probably still in the red, but we're way closer than I expected. I thought we were just gonna lose money forever.
Yeah. So has it always been? So you said you were paying out of pocket, and I know you started a Kickstarter as well. So up until this point, it's just been donations, and you guys just taking on some debt.
Yeah, the donation. That was we started doing the tour. We did the first one, started like October 2019, and it came out March 2020, something like that. And then we started the actual, that was just like a virtual tour in Columbus. And then we started this tour maybe October 2020. And the Kickstarter didn't happen till a couple months ago?
Yeah.
So yeah, we didn't really even get donations until recently. Okay. Me and Max were just doing it for fun at first.
But now we do like t-shirt. We sell t-shirts now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We had Kickstarter. Yep.
There it goes.
We've had just like random donations. We got
sponsors.
We got a grant from the museum.
We got a grant from Annie Koyama Press.
Yep.
Anything and anywhere.
And then we've had he'll put up his Facebook Live when we go out and paint, or when he goes out and paint, and we'll just be like, send us beer and lunch money, and that's been pretty cool too.
Mm-hmm.
So
just kind of paying for your expenses for the day. How did this? You said that you were just doing it, fucking around at the beginning. Did you start it with the vision of eventually doing something like this, or was it just a one-off kind of, oh, let's go paint here, and then it became something bigger?
Well, I had this, as far as the tour, I had this way crazy, outlandish vision for a tour that we still plan on doing in the future. But for the way this project came about, me and Max we met on Twitter, and we worked on different stuff together. And then it evolved to we would just kick it every day or whatever, but he would come out and record me painting murals. And we were like, let's make something out of this. And that's how the first tour happened. And then that was just like we were editing it. Well, Max was editing it, and I was standing over his shoulder. That's the way we work. Just breathe over his shoulder while he edits. And then he just did this thing where he was trying to find each one, so he was Google mapping how to get to there. And Google mapping place to place. So that's how that happened.
Yeah, the whole thing kind of came about just like when we were editing it for real. Like, I don't think there was a vision necessarily until we sat down and like saw the footage. We were like, oh, this could be sweet. Like, just and that was like the original. We just did a virtual, like, say mural tour, but it was just virtual, like in the city. It was like right when the pandemic started, so it was kind of a cool little way to like get out of your house and see the part around the city. And then go ahead,
Max. I was sorry, I was cutting you off, but I was just thinking about there was like a mural you did, Hakim, during the pandemic, or was it after the riots, where it was covered by the news a little bit? And
that was the empathy.
Was that okay?
That's kind of like when the tour kind of really sparked.
Mm-hmm.
Was that one, because we met up, we just did it just to, because I got the gig or whatever. I'm like, Max, you need to come out here. I'm like, you need I'm like, these are the type of people I want, like the type of stuff I was doing with like GCAC, the Greater Columbus Arts Council and stuff. I'm like, Max, you should be a part of this because you shoot good footage or whatever. So he came out and shot that. But then we were like, why don't we just continue to do our own thing?
Was there any inspiration for like on your? I know I'm sure, Max, for you, like your experience with hip hop tours has probably influenced how you at least approach these edits and these videos. Is that fair?
Oh yeah, for sure. I kind of like, it's kind of we treat it the same way.
We shoot it as if I'm rapping,
right? Because we actually literally shot him rapping.
Really? Is that?
I want to be a rock star and a rapper and stuff. I just happen to not be skilled in that area. I'm just skilled in drawing. Yeah. So I'm like, well, but what really happened is we did that first mural tour, and it came out super sick, and people loved it. But I was telling Ted, like, it didn't. Emotionally, I'm like, I just feel like I'm peacocking. Like, I'm just showing off that I'm doing murals. And I'm like, let's do something different than that. And so we did the opposite, and that's when from mural tour to mural. Like, we just flipped it around. Like, instead of just being about me in the city, now it's about other people in other cities.
Got you. So you felt like the first one was just you showing off your skills and being...
Yeah, it was awesome, but I'm just like, I didn't get my fix from it because I felt like it was just, I already think I'm cool. So I didn't really feel the need to just like keep telling people I'm cool. I've convinced Max to. I'm
surprised you've convinced Max to be in them too. Usually that's
man, what a fucking uphill battle. Wait, am I allowed to curse?
Yeah, for sure. Whatever.
Yeah, what an uphill battle. He hates it in front of the camera.
And I haven't been in front since. I came out my shell for a little bit.
We probably got like 8 minutes total footage of you in front of the camera.
That's all I want the world to ever know of me.
You need a mask like fucking
it's
dead
me
mouse.
wearing that sweet sweater and those chains, just in that.
Yeah, that was a sick look, dude.
I mean, shit. If that's the only time you're gonna be on camera, you might as well make it.
Yeah, go in. Yeah. That's dope.
But yeah, we treat, when you were saying about the tours, like the going on with rappers and stuff, we kind of treat it like that, because I mean, we're like going from city to city. We kind of make it a little bit of a spectacle of like when he's there, like we set up the live and people come by and check it out, sell merch, and then we put out basically a recap of it. So, yeah, we kind of treat it like the way that I would treat doing like some stuff that I did like with Wiz and Juicy.
Yeah. So. It's cool because the way you guys work, I really love the tandem of the art, the high quality art with the high quality videos, because you get, the art is a very local thing. Like me in San Diego, I would never have been exposed to the art that you're doing in these other cities at all. But then whenever you present it in this really high quality, well edited video, it's like you're speaking to a local community, but kind of amplifying it to a larger group, which is really cool. And I just think the two mediums work really well together.
I mean, that means a lot. Thanks, because that's exactly what we're going for.
Yeah.
Hakim had said something a while back about like you want the work to last past when you actually do it.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes like that with paintings and murals and stuff, it's just not possible.
Yeah.
So like actually being able to like show the process, the end result, what it means, where it is in context with everything, you know, even like the people that commissioned it and stuff. Like when we've gone to these cities, we've like basically shouted out the people that like hired us and had them tell their little story and all that. So it's just like a way to make it last longer, you know?
Yeah.
I took like a mural class course camp thing, and I really hated it. But at one point, that's when they told me like, yeah, you know, a mural should be more than just you drawing on a wall. You need to make it about the community. It needs to be before you paint it, something should happen. As you paint it, something should happen, and after you paint it, that type of deal. I'm like, wow.
What do you mean something should happen?
You invite the community to be a part of it before you paint it, so they can have some input. And then as you paint it, you have friends show up and, you know, kick it and play some music and stuff. And then after, you can still have a conversation about it or a class or something. Because to me, a mural doesn't belong to me. It belongs to the person who commissioned it and the people that walk past it every day, and then me. So I have to like satisfy 3 groups of people there every time I paint a mural.
How much does where you're painting it influence what you're going to paint? Like, because you've been to some pretty diverse areas. Like, I have a little list here: Cleveland, Fort Wayne, St. Croix, L.A., Pittsburgh, Waverly, outside of Tennessee.
You're going to New York.
Some places.
You're going to New York like fucking Wednesday. Yeah, we'll be there any day now.
Ted's like, wait, what?
So, I mean, where I'm going, the city doesn't change it as much as once we get to the actual wall, the dimensions are almost always different than what are advertised, and that affects the design.
Okay. Are you taking input beforehand though, or are you just going in with a vision already of what you kind of want to do, and then looking at the dimensions and executing what you can?
I usually have a game plan, and we usually have dimensions set or something, but when we get there, it's almost always different than we expected. And then I just have to adapt. But that's cool for me because that's fun. That's the fun part. And, you know, I try to practice and work on my skills enough that I have that ability.
That's dope, man.
Like, to me, just in general, art is problem solving to me. It's like the problem is getting out what's in your head and your heart to your audience. Whatever your audience may be, whatever your art form may be.
Yeah. I appreciate that a lot of it seems like the thing that you take away from watching the videos is the amount of care and love that goes into it. And it's really an attempt to spread love and like to bring good vibes to a community, to bring good vibes to the viewers in general. So how does a nihilist like Max get involved with something like that?
It's crazy, isn't it? I'm glad somebody else that knows him. But he just hates everything, and I just love everything. You should see us when we're like traveling and stuff. Every morning I wake up super early, and I'm just singing and spinning around, and he's just like, it's a good balance, honestly. That's what it is. It's like the yin yang. You feel me? Because as much as I'm like charismatic and outspoken, I'm like super aloof. And then that's where Max comes in and like reels me in. Like, no, we have to X, Y, Z do this at this time. Yeah. So it really works perfect.
Which is also strange considering like you worked with me in college and stuff, and I was definitely the aloof one back then.
Yeah.
Your one homie was saying that. Like when I said that to one of y'all's other homies from college or school, they were like, Max?
Yeah, I was literally thinking that as you were talking. I was like, man, he must have changed quite a bit. I don't remember Max being the guy that's like details, like life details. Video details, sure, but not life.
I have just messed up so many times.
That's what it's about.
I never quit, but I've messed up 400 million times.
When I
still mess up. I literally exploded my drone the other day.
Oh, God. My drone.
Let's do this. What? You got to tell the story. Was it Ty Drone? Ty Drone.
So I'm flying it across the Scioto. We have this trailer out.
Man, you're starting too far into the story. Let's reel it back a little bit. Right. This is Max's 3rd drone. The first one got lost on Jenny's ice cream building.
Yep.
The second one, he got...
Wait. We got to slow down even more. Lost on an ice cream building? What is that?
So
how does one lose a drone on an ice cream building?
My dad got it for me for Christmas or something. It was like one of the smaller ones. And I was living with Seabass at the time. And literally like went outside, was like, oh, I'm going to fly the drone. And as soon as I flew it, like the wind carried it, it just went and got stuck on top of this ice cream building. Gone.
Never seen it. We passed the building yesterday.
Never seen it again.
I want to find the drone.
That's drone one. The second drone I crashed.
Second drone, that was when he was like, he said, I got a drone, we about to do all these 6 shots. I said, Ted, do you know how to fly a drone? He said to me, quote unquote, my dad is a pilot. I'm like, what does that have to do with what I asked you? Immediately crashes it. Crashes in California. Into some mansion or something. Potentially could have got sued.
Yeah. I was filming a video for Mike Slice, and I crashed it into a large house. Very expensive house.
Then he gets drone 3, and everybody in the world is like, you're going to crash it. I didn't say that because I'm not that type of person, but I did agree with him.
You were thinking it? Were you thinking it?
Yeah, but I'm not. I don't want to jinx somebody, especially when he's using a drone to work on our project.
Yeah. So we pull up. I practiced a few times with old dad. You know, old dad is really into showing me all the bells and whistles and all that shit, and he did a good job of explaining it. I didn't do any of the things that he recommended. I didn't put floaties on it. Like,
oh man, when I told Taven you didn't put the floaties on it, our friend Taven, he just loves it when Max does something wrong. He said, "Why wouldn't he put floaties on it if he flew it across a river?" And I'm like, "Thank you, Captain Hindsight."
Yeah, there's the Max, the details Max I know for sure, right there.
No, but. Anyway, so we get the shot. It's perfect. And it's in this trailer that we put out recently. We kind of made like a new trailer to get everyone that wasn't familiar, like reacclimated or...
The drone shot looks good. The car looks good.
It's sick.
Everything looks sick. Yeah.
That drone shot was the last thing before catastrophe struck.
Drone.
I thought, okay, so it like hit something... I'm looking at the screen, it's falling down, and it goes to blackness, right? So I'm thinking, and I look up, and, like, the river's right there, and I'd just been filming over the river, and, like, there's, like, ripples and shit. I run down, take off my shirt, like, take everything out of my... I almost dove in just straight away, like, but I was like, oh, phone, wallet, keys, put it all out, dove into the Scioto. I'm swimming, like, 100-meter freestyle, beautifully. Mind you,
it was a great swim. Look, I was driving. I was doing my part. I drove the car for the scene. I turned around and Adrian's there. I see Adrian. I'm like, "Get in, loser!" You know, Mean Girls. Everybody loves Mean Girls. He gets in. We driving around, and he's like, "Where's Max?" I'm like, "He should be right here." He's not there. His keys are there. His box is there. His wallet, like everything's just wide open.
You know,
like, maybe the drone fell in the river and he dove in. Adrian's like, "No way." There he is! We look over and he's like fucking swimming. Like, he's swimming for real though. Like, he's not like play swimming.
In that dirty ass.
It's a panic swim. No,
it wasn't panic, but it was professional. It was serious.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever seen the Scioto or like recently, but
it's brown.
It is brown.
It's one of them rivers. It's one of them rivers.
It is absolutely gross. So yeah, I swim. Obviously, I don't get it. Like, how would I get that? Like, what was
You got to dive. Yeah, you'd have to be diving.
Yes, man. We was looking. I didn't record it. I should have recorded because it would be great for the tour. But he was not. Please, he was not. Today he'll talk about it and laugh about it and be like, "You should have recorded it." But the fury in this man's eyes, and he looked up at us the whole time, so I couldn't even catch him not looking. He was swimming like. And then he was switching to a backstroke. He was backstroke for a while, and then he would switch back into freestyle. I'm like, this is great.
Man
he always talks about how good he can
different
swim.
Strokes, yeah.
He always talks about how good he can swim, but I thought he was lying.
Anyways, so I'm obviously very upset. So I go straight to the bar. Well, I go home, shower, go to the bar right around the corner, like wearing sweatpants. Like I just don't give a shit about anything. And my DJI app is like, do you want to update your app or whatever? And I open it, and it says, find my drone. And I'm like, of course I want to find my drone. I didn't know this was a thing. Like, where could it be? And I hit it, and it was on land. It was on land. What? Yes, it was on land.
It was never in the river.
It was never in the river. It was never in the river. It hit a tree and crashed. And
were you able to find the parts?
So it like landed in this like really nice apartment complex. So I couldn't go that night. Me and the Duke went over there, and it has this little signal thing that you hit it and it makes like a loud noise so you can find it. So we knew it was there, and we came back the next day and got it. But yeah, it was just never in the river. I just panicked.
My question is, how much of the anger you felt after crashing the drone was it about crashing the drone then, or was it about what you knew all your friends would say when you told them you crashed your third?
He was cool about it for real.
I was very, very angry for like an hour.
Not even that long, for real. He was like furious for like 15 minutes, but then after that, he was making jokes about it too. I was actually impressed at how quick you got over it.
I was more worried about the shot, honestly.
No, he got in the car and was like, I will never record another video, and I'm going to sell all my stuff tonight.
The amount of times I've heard Max say that exact thing, that he's done. He's done.
My only regret is I didn't record it. If he wasn't looking up at me, I could have recorded it, but he was so furious. He doesn't even remember how furious he was because he repressed the memory at this point. Me and the Duke was looking down like, man, Adrian started laughing a little bit. I'm like, shut up, shut up. Shut up.
Yeah.
Well, you got the shot at least. You recovered the shot.
That's what he was mad about. He just wanted the shot.
But we recovered the drone. It's pretty messed up, but now I can get it fixed. It's probably going to be like a couple $100. It's not.
We're going to send Tydron on the surgery. He's going to come back.
So shout out Tydron.
Yeah. He'll come back just to be taken out again, I'm sure.
You are actually the worst drone pilot. I really blame it back to when I asked, could you drive it? And you say your dad's a pilot. I think that's sass. That amount of sass, the universe didn't like.
They were like, no, there's rules to things. You don't just get, that's not a genetic thing.
And the thing that I haven't even mentioned, I don't think I've mentioned to you yet, is that my dad crashed that drone like 5 times.
No! So your dad, the pilot, crashed it, and you thought you weren't going to?
I don't know.
Damn.
I played a lot of video games.
Yeah, you played a lot of flight simulators. That should do it.
We should probably just start hiring a drone pilot at this point.
Yeah.
What do you guys got up next? What's you said New York is coming up?
Yeah, we go to New York like fucking goddamn like soon. We're going to New York like basically damn near tomorrow.
I can't go tomorrow.
I mean, it's Wednesday.
I can't go Wednesday either.
It's on the 7th or something.
You said it was the 9th.
No, that's like the 8th and the 9th. I have all the documentation.
All right, we'll figure it out.
Looks like I'm going to New York.
No, we'll figure it out. But yeah, New York. We actually went up there to shoot a music video for the dude from Stranger Things, and the last street that we were on, this lady was just like kicking it outside with a super cute dog, and she was like, "Y'all want to come like take a shot on my roof?" And we were like, "Yeah." And anyways, turns out she's a muralist and stuff, and we stayed in contact.
Oh, shit.
So she's the one that actually got this. So it's cool to go back and.
It's nice to meet new. That's what the whole tour is about: is meeting new people and making friends and making art. And we've met a new friend, and then we're going back to make art with them.
That's dope. Has the whole tour just been kind of this reaching out to artists?
It's been so random every time. It's been so random every time. Somebody might reach out to us. We might reach out to somebody. Might apply. Might get a job. Might get rejected. We've had every, and this is just the beginning, you know.
Yeah.
Me and Max have plans for 2 more mural tours.
Well thought out plans, or
well, there's a
nebulous.
great idea that we haven't really figured out the logistics.
I don't even know. I don't really want to give it away yet until we work on it. But the next mural tour is supposed to be a group activity. I want it to be a group of us painting, because we've realized the workflow is too intense for me and Max. Honestly, I mean not too intense because we're doing it, but we be fucking.
You need more
out.
hands.
Yeah, we be wore out, and I think it would be. I think it would just be more fun to have more people and just give them the chance.
Yeah,
to,
for sure.
to get some highlight and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Hakim, I'm so curious, man. Where does your inspiration come from? Who shaped you into who you are? Because it comes across in your art, your personality, just like interacting with you for this 20 minutes already. I can just tell that you're a very positive individual, and your art puts that out. And I just wonder where that comes from.
When I was young, I got an older brother. My closest sibling is 13 years older than me. So basically, I just wanted to be him. And he was in the video games and comics and cartoons and all that, which I love all that stuff still to this day. But as I've grown as a man and an artist, really I get most of my inspiration just hanging out with my friends for real. Just hanging out with my friends and going outside and just experiencing life. It just it fills me with some sort of energy or whatever, and I just put that back out in my art. And I just want to spread some good vibes. For a while when I was a teenager, I was going through some dark times. I used to be like super emo and depressed. And now that I'm not, I just want everybody to feel as good as they can.
Nice. What was that about?
I had a lot of family problems. I had a lot of beef with my mom. And it just was really wearing down on me. But then one day I kind of had a conversation with myself. And I'm like, if I was to write the book about Hakim, right now it would be about just a dude that got beef with his mom. Versus it could be about anything else in the whole world. And so I decided to take that burden off myself, and then every day since then has been great.
I love that. You did it just by yourself? There wasn't any...
I mean, I've had a good friend. That conversation was by myself, but I've always had a strong friend group, and I got family members and stuff, but my friends showed me so much love and support that it was easy for me. Nice. Well, maybe not easy, but they made it easier.
You were able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel.
Yeah, I think anybody's able to do anything because I went through that.
I relate to that super hard. Actually, whenever Max and I met, I was going through my own beef with my mom then, and there's plenty of hilarious drunk stories about me doing some ridiculous things. I'm sure that it's just interesting how like a family relationship like that can influence your outlook on life, and then. For sure. You get back, you kind of take a step back. For me, it was therapy and mushrooms that did the trick. And
those are too good.
A community of friends kind of helped me be like, wait a minute, you're just mad at your mom. You need to sort that shit out.
You can't absorb your life.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's cool, man. You definitely get like I said, that vibe. That you just want people to be happy and spread that positivity definitely comes across in the work. And you can tell that you're over Max's shoulder editing, because I'm sure it would just be...
Max, too. I just want Max to be all the time, too. He gets sick of me all the time, but he just can't handle this much love.
We're just gonna be picking on Max as a nihilist the whole time, just getting up on him. God damn it, Max, be more positive.
I struggle with being the face of anything, I guess. We had this premiere for Land Grant, and Hakim went up on stage and was getting the crowd ready for this episode. Land Grant is the beer that we did a can for. I
got sure. One. Go grab one.
Yeah, Mike,
bring it out.
Yeah, make yourself goddamn.
Yeah, so for people who are listening,
so nice. And
people who are this beer can.
People who are listening, Max is showing us the beer can that they designed and released in conjunction with Land Grant. And it's very dope.
So we did a premiere event there for when we did the second episode, and friends and family and everyone came out and stuff. And Hakim goes up on stage and was he did something that got everyone super riled up. He went up, he was like, I can't hear you on this side. I can't hear you. And everyone was like, yeah, we want to watch this. And then he hands the mic off to me, and I'm like, let's go. That's all I had. That was all I could say. Yeah,
well, you had been working. Max had been working. Somehow our work schedule and some got confused to the point where he had to do a lot of work that same, like the day before that same day, maybe even the day before that too. So he was just drained.
Yeah,
And
I knew we had that premiere coming up, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. I edited it the day before, the entire thing.
Really?
that like 10-minute episode. I
Is it the part 2, right? Part 2. I think?
Yeah,
that
episode
might have been
2.
3.
Nah,
What
that was
episode you
episode.
on?
That was like the Los
2.
Angeles one.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, I did like a 16-hour just classic, just sit there and rip through it. So by the time I got to the event, I was not in good shape.
I love talking in front of a crowd or something like that. Anything, it's just like the stereotype of art is that it's like, you know, real sterile. You got to wear a suit and be in an art show, and that hasn't been my experience with art ever. And so I just try to like put that out. Me and the homies, we used to do art shows every month, and we would just, it was called All Styles, and it would be like anybody's allowed to get in, just hit us up in time, and then anybody come through, and PBR used to sponsor us, so we would just crush beers and sell art.
That's dope.
So that's the art experience I'm used to, that and graffiti. So this is another, the Tour de Mural is kind of like that, you know, it's like it's an art show on the road. You don't have to be nervous about it. Like I'll have friends that first art show would be mine. They'd be like, I don't know what to wear, I don't know how to act. I'm like, just come as you are.
Yeah, I guess the art scene, the high art scene can be a little stuffy.
Yeah, it's a little intimidating.
Yeah, for sure. What was it like to be able to pair with a brewery? First off, so you partnered with a local brewery in Columbus, right? Their Columbus brewery. Yeah. How did that even start? Because I know that's like got to be a dream for Max at least to like have.
I mean, we talk about that when we did it. We were like, "This is crazy!" Like doing a collaboration with beer.
We peaked early.
Like I love it.
Well, I already knew the people at Land Grant because I was supposed to work with them for another project, and then COVID and stuff happened, so it got complicated. And now things started changing back around. We ended up on the other side of COVID. And so they reached out about doing a project. And this was the same time the tour was coming out. And they're like, we're looking for sponsors and stuff. We were actively looking for sponsors at that time. They're like, well, what can we do to help? And so we had a meeting about it. And basically at one point, Lauren was like, well, what's your dream? Like, what would you want to do the most? And I'm like, my dream is to make a beer can. She's like, we can do that easy. We already have a whole system set up for that. And it was money from there.
Was it like a unique beer too, or was it something that they just?
It was experimental. So they do experimental beers every so often or something. So it was unique. So you can only get it then. Like it's gone now.
Okay.
Yeah, forever. But yeah, it was super sweet because I mean, and then also having that premiere event, like they let us put like branding all over the place so people that were coming by, even just to stop through for a drink that didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, like, QR code.
Yeah, it's like a little QR code. Take it to the website. You could check out everything about us. And then we got 100% of the proceeds from the beer. So they really like super elevated us for sure. And Land Grant is like pretty big around here. Like they do a lot of partnerships with bigger brands like the Crew and the Blue Jackets and stuff like that. So it was like for us, it was like kind of just like a stamp of like, all right, y'all are official now.
Yeah, that was definitely the turning point of the tour. That event really showed, like, I mean, of course we already love it, but it was kind of like substantial proof that we're doing something that's serious, something that's big, because there was merchandise, there was a beer, there was a premiere, it was like all things tangible versus we just existed on the internet first.
Yeah, it's like you obviously you guys didn't do it to like seek affirmation from outside entities. You were doing it out of your own just desire to do something unique and to bring that, energy that you were trying to bring. But then to have it affirmed by a brewery that you've already been drinking, that's just it's like an official stamp or something on the project where it's like, okay, this is no longer just a passion. This could be something else.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, me and Max just work. We're addicted to working. But then we found this lane where we could, satisfy that addiction to working and have fun. Oh, and then it's been great ever since.
And it was like a lot of like people that we respect in the art community around here pulled up. So it was also cool, like you know, like seeing people that I've worked with in the past, it's like I have never done a video premiere. Like, I don't know if we did any for Comedia for real, but
We had a sick fest one year.
right.
I don't remember.
But like, I never premiered a video, so like that was my first thing, and it was like it was cool being able to see everyone like react to my videos live. The only experience I have of people watching my stuff is just like fire emoji on
100
Instagram.
emoji.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how they really feel about it. But people were coming up and like really talking about the parts that they liked and stuff like that. And so it was, yeah, like you were saying, it was just like a good affirmation of like, oh, these people that I respect were coming around and showing us respect.
Yeah, that leads back to that whole yin yang thing we got going on. Because I've always been very in my community, and that's how I've gotten everywhere I've got. That's all my successes mostly come from my community. And so when you put that together with a project, it's like, you know, it's like when I travel someplace, it's like we traveled someplace. When I get an achievement, it's like we got an achievement. Because people like, you know, I need a ride, I need a sandwich or something. We all come together and do that stuff together.
You when you say your community, do you mean so you're from St. Croix originally, right? Hakim?
I was born in Columbus, but my late father was born in St. Thomas, and I used to live in St. Croix with him. So it's like I'm from here and there at the same time. And I used to live out there like every summer and stuff like that. So it's like, so that, you know, that community, they shout me out over the internet. And then like the east side of Columbus, the downtown of Columbus, that type of area shouts me out in person. And as I started coming up as an artist, I just volunteered and interned everywhere I could. So that's how I know everybody. I'd be teaching kids out west, and then I might do a mural for a school up north, and then I worked at Coastside, the Science Center downtown. So I just like all that time just being involved in everything kind of added up.
Yeah, that's dope. And Max obviously has been doing. I mean, people who listen, I know, but people who are listening probably don't know Max. You've been doing video for since high school, right?
Oh yeah,
so probably before high school for real.
Yeah, like middle school.
Yeah.
Was that Lord of the Rings video or whatever? That's like
the first video that I was actually trying to think the other day of like what was my first like real video, and it was like I got an assignment for a history class, and one of the options was like, it was like a bunch of shitty options, and like making a video is one of them. And I was like, all right, whatever, I'll roll with this. And I made it, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. And like from that moment, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make videos. Like it was never even really a question.
It's crazy to me because I used to be a writer, and I've always been like a creative, but I wasn't really an artist until like a visual artist until like halfway through high school, like the later end. But like it seems like most artists seem like they've been doing it their whole life. I talk to anybody that knows Max as a child, and they're like, yeah, he was doing videos since he was 1.
yeah.
So that's so cool to me.
He came out the womb with shortcuts.
Like that makes sense why you're so skilled. You have like a fucking million hours of doing it.
Right. That's what I always tell other videographers and stuff is like, I've just been doing it forever.
Nobody wants to hear that though.
Yeah, I mean, like it's not necessarily like I'm better than people, but I've just been doing it for longer, so I'm just to know more about it.
That's how all my mentorships have been too. I asked them for like the cheat code or advice. They'd be like,
"Yeah, give me Michael's secret stuff."
There's no cheat code.
Yeah,
that's the cheat code. That there's no cheat code. The sooner you learn that, the better you'll get.
Yeah, it's just about doing it, being fearless and failing, fearless and just
failing.
Like trying.
You gotta love it enough to cry about it and keep doing it. Mm-hmm. If you don't love it that much, you can't do it. Whatever it is for you.
Yeah. What's it like for you guys to be on location together and you're each kind of focused on your own thing that's coming together to be this larger collaborative project, but do you guys like take interest like to the detail of what each other is doing on set, or are you guys just kind of in your own zone and so focused on what you're doing that
I know like
just
from
an
my
observer
perspective,
to the other party, or is it more collaborative?
Hakim's probably more involved with the video than I would be with like the painting process per se.
I'm trying to teach him how to paint. He wants to learn. He just hasn't made the effort yet. But there's no reason he can't.
No, but it's like that to me is just like like reading like Chinese like figures. Like it makes no sense to me how that comes together. I'm not that type of artist, but and also it's just like I think it's important for me in the way that I approach videos, and I always have, is like to be more of a observer, fly on the wall, just like kind of let the story develop itself. Like I don't really want to be that guy all up in his face, you know, like talk to the camera all the time. I just want to like let people observe it, you know. Yeah, you know. So that's why I do a lot
More
of things.
candid
Like I'll just set up time lapses for the most part.
Stuff, yeah.
And then when he's painting, I'll be like, "You want some beers?" Or like, you know,
yeah, really, we just gas each other up. He'll record something and show me something. I'll be like, "That's amazing," or I'll paint somebody. I'll paint something. He'll be like, "You're the best painter. You're the best painter." And honestly, that energy makes I don't know if I even told you that. That helps me so much.
Yeah.
Just having some friend whose opinion I care about. Because if Max doesn't like something I do, he will tell me immediately. Like we had a thing where I was the Wonder Ball. I was hosting an online event, and I was on live on camera, and I crossed my arms. And as I crossed my arms, I felt my phone ring, and it was Max, and I uncrossed them. Because I knew nobody else would call me because I was busy. I'm like, only one person would call me at this time.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
So
he's telling me
not
something.
having a barrier where, at least work wise, maybe like personal wise, we might be like have to beat around the bush to tell each other something. But work wise, we're just so quick about it that it just it makes our process so fast. Like we're shooting at light speed here.
Yeah.
Are you completely for you, Hakim? Are you completely focused on the painting that you're doing whenever you're at these mural locations, or are you? Because you said you're involved in the process, but is that more so in the post-production process, or are you helping Max?
Well, I'm always carrying the bag around for him. You know, Max is like one of my best friends, but he's also like a mentor to me. So I'm always like trying to like carry the devil wears Prada him just to learn some more stuff. But that's how I came up. Everything I have is from mentorships and internships. So I'm just like, if somebody knows more than me, I'm gonna do what it takes to learn from them. But I really don't bother him about the show. He just knows more about that stuff than me. I might look ugly in a scene. I'm like, can you please change that? And I gotta ask him like 3 times, and he'll do it. But that's probably the most input I'll be having.
Yeah, but he does a lot of work in terms of like, because we do in the videos, obviously there's like these confessional style interviews. There's like him talking to different people. So like outside of the painting, like, yeah, he does a fuck ton of work. Like,
I'm kind of
to make the videos come together, you know.
Like all the clip art and stuff that's used. That's your
I draw those up on the iPad.
Yeah,
and just yeah, I mean, a lot of the content that we put in there is like screen recordings of him, like on his iPad, like doing the design and all that stuff. So,
I got a couple more files I meant to send you.
The real bulk of my work comes in obviously when I have to edit the episode. But other than like up until that, it's more like kind of observational. It's just being like, hey, we should do an interview. It's not. I just try to guide it, really.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I struggle with being guided for real because I get into a different zone when I'm creating the art where it's just I try to get all natural and all of my feels and all in like making the art. But to make a quality episode, you can't just do that, you know. You have to still be reeled in and be aimed in a certain direction. So that's when Max comes in good too. Like,
yeah, you have to think about the viewer a little more. You can't just think about I need to dial myself in and focus on this mural.
It's kind of a struggle, you know, because I'm trying to like, you know, I think as artists, like our job is to like make wonder. We're like magicians, basically. Like, you know, your favorite movie director or actor, they're making like magic because you remember that and you talk to it about your kids and your grandpa and stuff. So it's kind of hard for me to try to like tap into this metaphysical world and then to reel back and just be a good, you know, a good worker or a good, like follow directions good. It's hard to jump back and forth from that. I think I'm good at both separately, but to hop back and forth, which is what I have to do in this project, it can be tough. But I think I'm getting better.
With just all the added donations and everything, and the amount of coverage that we're getting and all that, it's just added a lot more responsibility. So I can get what you're saying, because like the episodes, everything was just so natural. Like nothing was really contrived at all for those like first 2 episodes, and then now we're really having to like take care of shit that's beyond the realm of the video.
There's like checklists that we have to.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're still
really like,
you know, it's just growing pains. You feel me? Like I think we're still doing a good job of it, and it's still fun, and it still feels natural. But there's just a little bit, as we want to do bigger and be bigger, there's just, like you said, there's more responsibility with that.
What do you mean? Like,
well,
getting t-shirts out on time and stuff?
So in the first episode, we're basically just kicking it and having fun.
Right.
But there was no money involved or nothing. So then shoot to the second episode where we get like a sponsor or something. I have to shout the sponsor properly. I have to say we were here, here, and here. I have to cover this interview we're in. And so that like I'm saying, jumping back from just being a free spirit and just being all aloof.
Right.
To make sure we're like doing it right. Because I mean, we're not even really sure where it's going to end up. But one of the things that I look towards, like when I'm thinking about it, and actually old dad kind of gave me this idea out on the front porch drinking beers. He was like, "This is kind of like a extreme home makeover in a different way." You know, that's like a vision that you could think of.
It's definitely
in
like
the future of like, we're going to these communities or these towns, like we're here in Waverly, Tennessee today, blah, 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 like cut to like reality TV show style almost. So, but I don't really film like that, but that's kind of like been how I've always,
it's a good direction I have
framed these episodes and stuff, is like, we're going here, we talk to this person, you know, we show the process of the art, how it bettered the community, yada yada. You know, treat it like in a format of like a reality show.
Well, people always ask us about like our format or something. I'm like, we're making this up. Like, we looked up mural tours before we did it. I mean, we already did the first one, and then when we decided to do the new one, we was looking it up online and we couldn't find one. I've seen something similar recently, but there's no format for us. We're making it up every day.
It's nice to have that kind of pioneering, or the freedom of just exploring something new with no limitations, you know, where you can just it can just become what it needs to be, or whatever you want it to be. But yeah, I wonder, I mean, this is just a random thought I had, but I wonder if it'd be interesting to like include more introducing people more to the towns that you're visiting in some way, you know, because like I think you guys do a really good job of like, you know, the whole episode or whatever is not just Hakim painting. There's like a lot of intermediary stuff where you're kind of showing some lifestyle, you're showing friends at the place, you're giving the, you know, in the second one or the first one, the owner of the Waverly property a chance to explain why he created it. So I feel like there's a space, and just disregard this if you disagree, but just like a space to like kind of shine the light on these communities in a way that maybe would never happen. You know?
Yeah,
100%.
I feel like that's what we're going towards, but you know, like I said,
the issue has just been time, really.
Yeah.
Like we've only been able to spend like we spent like 6 days in St. Croix recently. And that
still wasn't enough time.
And that probably was the longest that we had been anywhere. And even in those 6 day period of time, it was difficult to be able to be there for our primary task, and then also like go around the island and get B-roll and all that. Like everywhere that we've gone, we've had to really like, you know, hustle our ass off to like make sure that, like when we went to Pittsburgh, we painted the car, and I'm like, all right, but from 5 to 8, we need to go. We need to get some B-roll. We need to talk to this person.
Like, it's so funny the way me and Max act. We're like greasers, and we just like kick it and drink. But we work so hard. It's such a jarring, you know. Yeah. It goes from one to the other like that.
I can't believe we're an hour and 15 in, and that's the first time Greezer.
I've just been trying to hold it back.
Yeah. Don't hold back the grease.
Well,
never.
Eric is a OG greaser.
Oh, you're original greaser?
Yeah, he's an original.
Oh yeah,
you still
dude.
greasing?
Always, dude.
Oh yeah,
super. We have cleaners coming tomorrow because I've just been greasing everywhere.
Love to hear it. I'm a new Greezer. I'm a new age Greezer.
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you, man. We're
You
bonded
know
by
what?
the
Thank,
years.
thank you for the work that you put in. Yeah, but I think like this whole experience is basically a learning experience for us. We're just making it look sexy. But the next mural tour, when we put together a team and that team is traveling, me and Max will be able to have, a little bit more time to focus on capturing the neighborhood or whatever.
Yeah.
But right now,
Sorry, I'm laughing.
We're burning the candle at both ends. And I'm really excited to
just-
highlight more artists. Like I said earlier in the interview, like I know me and Max are cool. He makes great work. I make great work. We've been working in our industry, in our field for a while. I think we'll be okay. So I want to give it a chance to, because people reach back to me and help me out. That's how I got here. So I want to continue.
So you kind of
to do
want
that,
to
bro.
pay it forward.
Yeah.
My favorite part has been able to get give like a spotlight to all my friends.
That has
like,
been sick. And you got to go to your hometown.
Right. Like we got Pat out in LA.
Frank.
We got Frank helped us shoot the
Twice.
episode in Pittsburgh. Yeah, he helped us twice. We filmed my buddy like his jewelry shop when we were in Pittsburgh. Like,
We had OG Vern music. We had Joey H music.
right, and these are all like,
Felicia
Jay
came out to
Swiffa.
Pittsburgh.
yeah,
Jay
Jay
Swiffa.
Swiffa, like these are all our good friends.
B
and so-
Banga.
and so that's been one of the coolest parts I think for me too, because it doesn't feel like it's about like me and Hakim for real. Like everyone's on board.
Yeah, that's the whole point of the tour day mural versus the mural tour.
Yeah, so that for me is
No more
probably my
peacocking.
favorite part.
Yeah,
Nice.
man, I do that enough.
I didn't even know the word.
Yeah, that's when
You never heard peacocking, dude?
Look at me. And I do that enough. I can't make the art about it.
Isn't that like ostriching?
I should just put their heads underground. That's the complete opposite. I would never put my head underground. Do you see my head?
Yeah, that's the opposite. That's the opposite of peacocking for sure.
It's ostriching.
Yeah.
We gotta get you some good gear, man.
For sure.
Yeah, dude. I'm happy to pay for it and support you guys. I've been sending you guys some.
Don't even worry. This one's on Max.
Kickstarter.
This one's on Max. He ain't gonna pay for nothing. He got it.
Thanks, bro. You guys got some new gear coming out? Is there new merch in the works?
We have our Kickstarter merch, which is like some of it's new, but we haven't really dropped a new merch yet. But it's just we've just been busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're kind of in a position right now of obviously with how good shit is going with it, like we have a lot of other work that we're working on too. So it's
they're after Max right now. They don't care. They like to watch me, but they want Max's footage. They want to work with Max. They call me and I'll be like, "Hello, it's Hakim speaking." They're like, "Can you direct me to Max?"
Yeah, so I have an assistant now. But
I'm like a concierge.
but yeah, it's like
You got to start charging 10% for that, Hakim. Start
Nah,
getting
that's
those
fine.
kickbacks.
Yeah, that's fine.
no, I know where he lives. Yeah, but as far as like merch and a lot of things we were doing, it's like we're getting there now.
Yeah.
Like
It's really super hard work.
yeah.
Like we have fun. Like I said, this is my bud, so I was gonna hang out with him regardless. So it is a
Right.
blessing. I get to travel the country, the world, with my friend and do what we both already love to do. But we're at a point where we're gonna have to like figure some stuff out because it's super hard work. But I'm telling you, once we get like a fine team together, the quality is gonna double.
Yeah.
Because the video part and the art part is the easiest part for us. But all the logistics and the travel and figuring out the money
Running
and
Kickstarter.
stuff, it slows.
Yeah.
At least it slows me down. I can speak for you. It affects the quality of my work because I get to spend less time on making art. I make my best art. Max seen me back when this was Brian's apartment. I make my best art when I just crush Modelos. I just walk in circles in my apartment and crush Modelos, and I make amazing art. But when we have to do so much work, I can't do that, You gotta print
What,
some
crush
shirts,
Modelo's or
fabric,
walk around your
pack.
apartment?
Yeah, that's one of my best work. But
Yeah,
we'll get back there one
I
day.
feel that.
but I mean, like
Yeah.
we're getting to everything. It's just taking a little bit of time.
Mhm.
There was just kind of like a crazy hectic period of trying to get stuff together. So there's been a big gap between our latest episode and the newest one coming. But
Yeah.
I don't even mind the hard work,
and that's why we put out that trailer, was just to kind of like, we didn't forget
We're
about
still
y'all.
alive.
Satiate,
Yeah, we just
satiate our thirst.
right. But
I want to make a
Yeah, I mean those
double.
are those are good pains to have. You know, means you're doing
Yeah,
the right thing.
exactly. We were just hanging out what was that, yesterday? I'm just like, man, why weren't we doing this? Why wasn't I doing this my whole life? Like,
there was no YouTube.
no, that's it. Yeah, that's what slowed me down.
Do you guys have a favorite story from the tour? Is there?
Well, when we
And the drone one.
Ty drone was awesome. I got another favorite when we had an Airbnb problem. Like the Airbnb was like a scammer or something. We did get the money back, but we ended up not staying there and had to like kick it at the homie's crib again.
At Pat's
crib.
Pat Fokies.
But then that led us to making our hit song, The Airbnb Blues, and we made a jazz song about our troubles. That might be my favorite part of the trip, the tour so far.
Oh shit. That's actually, I was like, even when I was editing the trailer, I was like, we've done a whole lot. Like, I forgot about half the stuff that we've done.
Yeah.
Not forgot about it, but just that I didn't realize.
It's that tunnel vision.
Right, yeah, because we've always just kind of been looking ahead. But my favorite memory was, man, we found this restaurant in St. Croix.
Oh, El Flamboyant?
El Flamboyant.
It's a great name.
It was so gas.
It was so good.
Yeah, the lady.
They were so nice.
The lady literally came around and hugged us. It was
Yeah, we went one day, we came back the next day. She's like, y'all back. I missed y'all.
What kind of food was it?
Puerto Rican food.
Just local
Yeah.
food?
Yep.
Nice.
And so we pretty much just went to that spot for the rest of the trip.
Mhm.
And that was like heaven.
But we went
Just
to
getting paid to do an art documentary and
we're
like
Bourdain.
crushing Puerto Rican food.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, that's a great analogy. I didn't even think about that, but that is like the Bourdain model, you know, where it's just going, checking out these 6 spots, but you guys are actually bringing you're leaving your mark there though in a way that I don't think he did really with his. I mean, he had the video aspect to shine the light, but he wasn't like. Yeah, he wasn't leaving something that local citizens walk by all the time.
He was bringing a story and leaving a story, but we're leaving a physical thing too.
Yeah.
It was crazy to just go back to because I haven't been in the St. Croix. My dad passed away in 2012, early 2012, late 2011-ish, and I hadn't been back there since then. And I was already going back on my own accord, and the tour just happened to line up with that. So we go in February, and we go, had a great time, get something done. I painted a sign for the town. I'm from Christiansted, but we were in Frederiksted, and I painted a Frederiksted sign. But still, like, it's like to have left on such an emotional aspect and then get to come back and then to leave something. And they showed me so much love. They love me to death. And it's like there was a gap in my heart that I didn't know how to fill. And they was like, don't worry, we'll fill it for you. And that's what was going on.
That's great.
And then they hired us to come back in the same year. So I went from not being there for like 7 years to coming twice in 1 year and painting like 4 murals or something crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, it was very emotional for me. I didn't know how to show it on my face, but it was in here.
Yeah. Just being back where you had spent, where, you know, your father's from and seeing, so you were surrounded by family then? Or
Yeah, I got family up there.
Friends?
They showed up.
Okay.
Even the second time we went, I didn't even tell my other cousin and her husband just because we were doing so much. And they pulled up on us. They're like, you can't be just coming to our town without telling us. And it was like, you know, people recognized me there for doing art the second time we went.
Word. That's got to feel good.
Oh, yeah. My ego is inflated. There's no way, if we were just to get flooded now, there's no way I would drown. My ego is so inflated, I could save like 14 people.
Just see Hakim chilling.
Yeah, I'm vibing. I can barely swim, but don't worry, I'll float.
Max will save you. He's proven he's got the strokes.
An amazing swimmer. And that was in that mud biohazard water. Imagine in clear water.
You know, swimming didn't help me at all in that situation. My ability to swim. What I should work on is my ability to process information
To think
and make rational. Is what I need to improve.
The
on.
heart
Not
of a
my-
lion.
Not my swimming.
The heart of a lion.
Swimming's fine.
Maybe instead of spending hours at the pool, just practice with the drone, perhaps. That might be good.
You were at the pool today.
I did. I'm a pool guy.
Take the drone to the pool. Do both.
It's pool season. You can't hold a Modelo and fly a drone at the same time.
True.
You guys got to come out to San Diego, man. You can crash at our spot. We got a pool here. Max can just waltz on down to the pool. Yeah. If someone
we'll come.
Yeah,
dude. Sorry, we're getting some latency here.
And you know what? Maybe we'll draw something out there too.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, man, there's tons of breweries out here, and I'm definitely gonna show this to some friends who might be able to help out. But it'd be sick to have you guys out here. There's a sick brewery scene, and I know you've already worked with one. I don't know if there's a connection to be made, but
We'll just come to kick it. Yeah, actually. I'm tired of working everywhere I go. We'll just come to hang out and drink.
welcome anytime, man.
I do that a lot, Derek.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I get to see original Greezers in action.
We didn't get to touch on any of the old tech memories here yet, but there's some horror stories.
On old what memories?
You and me, Hurricane Eric and Max.
Hurricane Eric.
Oh yeah, Hurricane Eric.
My
dude,
personal
that was,
favorite is when we went to that movie theater that was like a movie for little.
Oh my gosh. We got super stoned and we're like, hey, let's go see a movie. We were like, oh yeah, what's this animated movie? Frozen? That seems cool. We buy tickets, go into Frozen. It's just like all these little girls.
And remember the people at the counter were like, "Are you sure you want to?" Sure? And we were like, "Yeah."
Bro, Frozen's a good movie.
Yeah.
And this was like
We didn't stay long.
So
And it was already old.
so they're like 5 people,
Yeah.
all like little girls. We're like, we got like 10 minutes of this, and we're like, oh, we gotta get out of here. This is.
We gotta get out of here. What did we go see? We went and saw something else after that.
but-
We like snuck into.
That was.
I don't remember. And there's the time we were listening to Tenacious D's new album and got chased by the cops, and I
Eric did
ran
the
away.
most tactical driving maneuver I've ever seen. We're getting chased by the police. He dodged the police.
They were after y'all because y'all was tasting music. I love Tenacious D.
No, we were hotboxing that motherfucker out.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they probably smelled us blocks away.
I haven't really hotboxed since I was a teenager. Once you get older, you're like, why would I put myself through this?
Right.
When you're a kid, though, you're like, this is the only place I have to smoke, and I'm willing to do anything to smoke.
I love a good old cruise.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I like a nice high and drive.
It's legal out where you're at.
Sure. Well, I don't know about the driving part, but you can
We
definitely
didn't say that.
smoke freely.
No.
Yeah. Well, we're coming up on an hour and a half. Do you guys have like anything you want to end on? Where can people find you?
Shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to you. Much love to everybody. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to your neighbors. Find me online at Hakim's Art and Stuff. Anywhere. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TortaMural.com, TortaMural on YouTube.
Yeah, all that.
Ted Cadillac on social media.
Nice.
You know, the man, the myth, the legend.
Yep.
Don't
Yeah,
go to
man.
my YouTube channel.
No, just go to my YouTube channel.
Yeah,
Don't
go to
his. Don't go to
Hakim's.
his.
Do not go to my YouTube channel.
My YouTube channel is like Hakim Callwood or something, but just look up Torta Mural. You'll find it. It's
Eric,
easy.
you should go to my YouTube channel, but no one else should.
The Ted
'Cause there's
Cadillac
there's some
YouTube.
good stuff there.
Is that cremisode territory?
No, it's like
Like Eric.
Eric. It's like Eric Max Rodriguez, I think.
Okay.
Because all squished together. Damn it! Why am I saying this?
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly,
This is
like I
definitely
said,
going in the notes.
me and Max were just doing this for the love, for real. We just purely decided to do this out of friendship and fun, and it became something bigger. It's just cool to just see it happen organically, and everybody that watches, you know, just somebody watching and sharing with a friend is enough for me. I mean, you can buy some merch too, send me some money or something, but I just want to continue to do this. I'm living my dream.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Eric.
Thanks for having us.
This has been cool.
Yeah, no doubt, guys. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for joining me again. This is Ted Cadillac and Hakim Callwood for Tour de Mural. Thanks for listening, guys.